See, is anybody out there tonight? Find what I want to show everybody. Wait for the notifications to go out. Okay, well, I got one person in here that I can see. Two. So give me a hi or a wave and a thumbs up. Hello, Doug. Hello. Got my big tiki torch burning, so it should die down in a minute, so I won't be so neon. Oh, thank you, my man Jerry. I clean up pretty decent. I did my hair and my makeup today, and I planned on doing a nice classy live. I had my light and everything set up, and my computer decided to do some weird, I guess Windows offers like free virus protection now, and it just decided it was going to install it, and now it kicked out all my Google. So my passwords were gone, all my stuff. So I'm going to have to work on that tonight or tomorrow. But so we're going to postpone the nails. But I thought it's a beautiful night, lots of crickets, so we will go over some of the new stuff that I found out. Now I know Ashley Banfield's got another new Drop Dead Gorgeous podcast that came out earlier, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch that one. I know that it's got an interview with her mother and her father in it, and so after I get off of here, because I can't do it while I'm live. I mean, I'm sure I can, but I'll break it. I'll break everything. But I will put the link to that in the description, or either I'll just share it on my community tab. So if you want to watch that whole thing, that's what I'm worried about, because it restarted. I went to go. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Good to see you. I went to go load everything up, and this Kaspersky thing popped up, and it would not get off of my computer. And I kept getting things in my email about the update, and it updated. And then ever since it's updated, now this thing, and it's telling me that my Chrome is not compatible. That my Chrome's not compatible with my operating system or something like that anymore. So, I figure after I get off here, I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna remove Chrome altogether, remove the Kaspersky, whatever it is, because I already have virus protection that I pay for, and start over. And I know my passwords are saved in my phone at least, so I might have to go back in and like save them on my computer, but I don't even go to any bad websites or anything. I don't know what happened. It's JLR. He's infiltrated me. No, I'm kidding. I better not say that. I'll jinx myself. But I do know Truth's going to be in here in a little while too. So, oh no, Mike, be safe. Yeah, go take shelter. I live in Michigan, and we haven't had any of those in our area, knock on wood, yet, but storms scare me, so I like a good thunderstorm. And that's what we had last night. It was just a nice, that was why I couldn't come live last night. We had and I didn't realize that we were going to have any, but starting, I don't know, it was probably like around, like, I had made the boys dinner, and then it started getting real dark out, I noticed, and I did not even realize it was going to rain. I look at my weather app, and it shows rain all night until like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I thought, all right, well, it was just these little like popcorn. It was a big, huge, like blob of green, but within it were all these little like popcorn thunderstorms, and none of them were bad or anything, but for whatever reason, just enough for my internet to be on and off. I was trying to watch, I couldn't go live, and then I was trying to watch videos, and it kept buffering, and it was making me so mad. Um, oh, I love the Beatles. Oh, definitely. Well, and I've got that's the thing. My debit card. It's actually, it can be a real pain in the behind, but for like when things happen, I am thankful that it has like really high security um measures on it, so it catches like it it knows like what I normally spend on, and if it's anything that is out of the normal, it'll send me a text instantly, and I have to go in and like actually okay it. So but yeah, it's just a pain in the butt. So hopefully, because I really do have a nice computer. Driver a couple years ago for, it was like my Christmas, my birthday, everything. It's a big desktop, but it's all um one big piece, and I love it. And I was gonna hook up my microphone tonight, but oh well. I mean, it is what it is. So, but since I can't play any videos or anything like that, um I figured we could at least come on and talk about some of the stuff that Ashley had talked about in her last live before last. And it was just really that, I guess, Friday, the divers all went home. They did go to the other side of Elbow Key and search, but they didn't find anything. They didn't find anything there. But there is a short, and I shared it on my community wall. It is someone, it was like a walker, had found a scuba tank and a hat that looks exactly like that gray floppy hat that Brian was wearing when they were leaving, when he was leaving, seen walking towards the dock where they had the dinghy. And it was found, I guess, not far from where that green floaty also was found. But they did track his pattern in the water, and they said that there was no way that the way that he went, how he went up, and then apparently he headed south all of a sudden, and then went left, and then went back and headed west, that was not water flow. That was him deliberately doing this. And according to her source, said that he's effed. From whatever they found on that boat, it's officially a murder investigation. So, and that was something, we've been talking about. Hi, Amelia. Oh, thank you. Good to see you, Dixie Bug. But one of the things that has been kind of it's been a back and forth between people is, can they go after him without a body? And according to Ashley, she said yes, that no body, no charges, like no case, that's not necessarily true. So if they've found, enough evidence on that boat, I mean, a couple weeks ago we talked about the cameras that were in the Bimini. And what if, I mean, yeah, he's a techie guy and he's a smart guy, but most of the times it's one little dumb mistake that someone makes, and that's how they get caught. Like, what if those cameras caught the moment that it happened? And just like in Nancy, like maybe he thought he erased it, or maybe by turning off the internet on the boat, the Starlink, maybe by doing that, he thought that he was getting rid of the evidence. But like, look at the Nancy Guthrie case. Like, maybe there's some pictures or some footage like up in a cloud somewhere, and they found it. I mean, that's something that we can hope for. Like, that was the first thing that I thought of, was the Nancy Guthrie case, when they talked about those cameras. And I thought, oh gosh, please. So, I mean, that's the thing. We don't know what they've got. We don't know when we'll know. It may not be till trial. And it may not be till after trial, when everything is released, that we'll be able to see everything. I do know that the Coast Guard gave them the dinghy. They had that really sweet cadaver dog um, come out and search the dinghy, and she did not she didn't alert on anything. So on the spots that they thought that they according to the Drop Dead Serious podcast, she said, I believe she said, that they did go to those spots where he kept like circling, and that they were not able to find anything. But again, that there's still, it's been what, 8 weeks. And so you have to deal with water where, a body decomposes faster in the water. It's warm. There's animals, things like that. I mean, it's a horrible thing to think of, but at this point, if she's in the water, she's gone. And it sounds like, there was that one lady that said that she heard that splash. What was it about? What time was that? I can't remember what time she said. I'm gonna have to look into that and try and go back and find where they said that. But yeah, so they're getting closer, I think, and it sounds like I said, oh my gosh, hopefully they found some DNA or some camera footage, or they can dig deeper into that Garmin watch, because if he had that with him, I mean, that was where they got the data of him circling in those different areas that had, I thought Ashley said like it had like deep holes, like, so, like a drop off where he possibly had taken and stuck her down in there. The other motor is still missing. There's diving equipment missing, and a tank washes up on shore, not far from where he washed up on shore. I mean, they said that his pattern was erratic in the water. Exactly, Doug. That's going to tell the story. Thank you, driver. I always forget. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. I'm collecting thumbs tonight. Preferably ones that point north. My north, not yours. But, oh my gosh. I just hope. I don't know. Like I said, this is kind of close to my heart because it's someone from my state. It's, a subject that has really reared its head a lot lately, it seems like, in this community and in this, will you go get me the blue raspberry one that's in the garage? Or did you already get it? Sorry, I was asking for a beverage. But I don't know. It's just so sad because she was so close to getting away, I mean, March 11th, she had a plane ticket. Okay. She was just so close, and her poor daughter. Her daughter is such a sweetie. That's the hard thing, is when you do watch these cases from the beginning to the end, and I hope we get to see an end to this soon. For her mother, for her father, for her daughter. That's just a loop. Here. But it's just not fair. And that's the other thing. Apparently, he got a new lawyer in Michigan. So he's for whatever reason, I mean, that lawyer that we saw in the interview was kind of, well, now let's give him a chance. Let's, innocent till proven guilty. Ugh, no. That stressed me out. So I definitely, if I were him, wouldn't want that lawyer. But so now he's got a lawyer in the Bahamas and a lawyer in the United States. That's what I'm wondering how this is going to play out too. Because would he be prosecuted in the Bahamas since it happened there? Or could he be extradited back to the United States and be prosecuted here because they were both citizens of the United States? Like, and the Coast Guard is the one, it's the CGIS, the Coast Guard Investigative Services, that are the ones handling this investigation. So they have jurisdiction everywhere in the world. So I just wonder if they would have to bring him back to the Bahamas or not. Does anyone know? I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Well, that's what I'm wondering. So if he was in international waters, see, that's what I don't understand. Like a lot of that maritime law, like literally, like the most that I know is what I learned from the movie Ghost Ship. And I don't even know if that was true or if it was just for the movies. So, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so nice out tonight. It is so quiet. We're supposed to be able to see the northern lights. But it's cloudy, so we can't. But it's like the perfect temperature out. The crickets are like just the perfect level. Near the bull. No, it ain't. It's not? Nope. Oh, my neck still hurts. My shoulder, I can't see. Oh, that's the tree. That's why it's cloudy to me. Never mind. But, so there. At least I got light tonight, so you don't just see my, oh, I gotta take one. National Guard. I know I gotta take one. I need to take one, my man Jerry. This whole case is stressing me out. And I'm sad because I was going to show you how to put nails on tonight without damaging your nails. I mean, look at, even one of my nails is grown out. I need to cut it, but yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I'm hoping they left Friday, I guess at 10:30 in the morning, and or was it Thursday? It was Thursday or Friday they left, and that just made me so sad because they didn't find anything, and I just really hoped that this was going to be the trip that when they went out there, they... Just a second. I feel like I'm scrunching down. There, now I can lean back and you can still see me. I don't have to hunch down, but yeah, I really did. I thought this was going to be that they were going to go in, that they were going to go to one of those spots that he had been circling, and we were going to hear that the next thing we knew that he was arrested. So I think it's coming from what she said. It's coming. He's this whatever evidence they found on that ship, on that boat. Her exact words were, when she asked her source, they said, which I believe is someone in CGIS. It's either CGIS or it's that guy in the search and rescue. But he said he's effed. And the whole adage, no body, no case, she said that they have all told her that's absolutely not true, that it happens all the time. So, yeah. What is this? Add a Q&A sticker. Let's see. It says best pizza topping combo. Oh, it didn't let me do it. Why didn't it let me do it? Darn it. I was trying. Never mind. If it asks again, I'll do it. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, it would have to be in federal court because of CGIS, because of the Coast Guard being the lead investigators, and it being and it being international waters. Or, well, what is that though? Is that international waters, or where they were? Or is that the Bahamas? It's Aunt Pat's Bay.
There's probably a strip that goes in between.
Yeah, that's the part that when they left the Bahamas, they were in international waters before they got to the crossing, and the crossing was where you go from international waters into the United States. Yeah, there's always international waters in between, but I'm wondering where that line starts. We need truth in her maps. She had all the maps. I got maps on my computer. Now I can't be.
What's that?
Shh.
Sorry.
Family friendly. Driver got attacked by a bug. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh boy. So yeah, so that's all that's going on with that. I have found a lot of really, really good trial footage from the Alex Murdaugh trial. So that's something that we're going to be able to sit and chill with. I figure it's summer, and so it's going to be really good to I'll do nails, I'll do my nail orders, whatever, while we're on cam. And for that'll appease the YouTube gods that want me to cam up all the time, that want all of us to cam up all the time now to prove we're not robots. And we'll be able to kind of sit, and if you're at work, you can listen to me on lunch or on break. I'll have just trial footage going and be talking through it and doing nail projects. And if you're home, go sit on your patio with your earbuds and chill. Oh, I think so too, Doug. I think so too. He is. It's TikTok. TikTok, TikTok. It is true. Because it sounded like whatever they found was like bad. And all of a sudden, and then that was when they just, after their investigation, they deemed it a murder investigation. So it's no longer just a missing persons investigation. It's, can you move that out a little bit? I'm afraid it's gonna like heat up too much and like burst into flames. Yeah. Just scooch it. Slowly. Yeah, that part doesn't get hot. Just all the way out. It's making me nervous. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I just didn't want to burst my umbrella into flames with this. It's a little, it's like a little, it's a tiki candle, but it looks like a little like half bowling ball, and then it's got the wick in the middle. And so, but yeah, I think so too. And I just can't wait to find out. I wondered that too.
I think he's going to go on the run.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing too, is that if he could like sneakily buy another boat, because that's the thing, like buying a boat, you don't have to. It's not like a car where like you go to get your license plate and all that stuff. Like you can sell somebody a boat, and then it's on them to get it registered and get it, all that stuff. And if they don't, So he could go and buy a boat and go be sitting out in international waters or in a country that doesn't have extradition laws with the United States or with the Bahamas. So this is going to be an interesting one when it comes down to charges and jurisdictions and the trial, which I hope there is. But part of me wonders, yeah, if he's that much of a, you know what, that he just ended all so that he didn't have to, like a Brian Laundrie, you know, that kind of scenario, which I still think he's on an island somewhere. And I know I don't usually do a lot of conspiracy theories, but I saw a video, and Truth saw the same video that I saw of him floating off, apologizing to his mom. Cause I was following him on Instagram and on was it Facebook? Because as soon as she went missing, it was reported. I started following him because I had watched somebody talk about his sticker art, and so I went on there that it was like real dark and all this stuff, you know. So I went on to go see it, and then I saw him post that picture of her where she was sitting there holding a little pumpkin, and I noticed, and I said something to Driver about it. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like picture that, and then he posted, and there was another picture posted, and it was, how was it? Her hair was longer in one picture than it was in the other, and I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way. And she wasn't like the wearing extensions type kind of girl, you know. She was off doing her thing, you know, van life, you know, eating healthy, all that stuff. So, and then there was the video that got put up. It was like a 1.5 minute video. It was a boat. You could see the bow of the boat. Somebody was sitting on the bow. They had their foot on the edge, on the rail right there. It was like a boot. And he was sitting there talking, and he's like, "Mom and Dad, I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I did this to everybody. And now I can never come back," or something like that. And, you know, I loved her. And what got me was the kind of general message was very similar to the message that he put out. Well, that was put out with the note that was found in the dry bag that was found with him, that his dad found. Just, you know, well, just happened upon it. And yeah, so little things like that I just remember. It just didn't quite mesh. So I could see him doing something like that. I could see him Gilligan's Islanding himself. And oh yeah. But he would have to show his ID at the border. But see, this is the thing. He's not charged with anything. He's not he has no orders in place for him not to leave. So yeah, he could. But Canada has extradition with the United States, so that wouldn't really be, it might be harder to find him. But he's not like a cold weather kind of guy. He's a water guy, so he'd have to have a boat. If he's gonna run, he's gonna run. He's gonna go on to either international waters and just sit there and wait. And are they DoorDash? Are there DoorDashes on the international waters? Boat Dash. I mean, there's things people can do. Look at how many criminals have evaded arrest for years and years and years and years. Look at, again, like I said, again, Nancy Guthrie case. Those guys, how long has it been? They've evaded being caught. And guaranteed there's somebody in one of these chats that's probably already figured it out 10 times over who did it. But no, you know, that's the thing. I haven't seen one person that believes that he's not guilty at all. I have not seen one person. That's the other thing too. Have you guys noticed There's no family sticking up for him. There's no friends coming forward saying, God, he was a nice guy. No one.
There was one of his friends that did.
Who?
I don't remember his name, but he was interviewed.
Blaine? He's not saying he's not guilty. Driver reads titles, he doesn't read articles. See, that's the problem. Everyone so far is what I've seen now. I mean, and if that's true, then it's one person, but I haven't seen anything like that. And I mean, that's the thing. If something happened and it was an accident with driver and I'd have a million people standing up going, oh my gosh, no, she'd never do something like that. Even if I did do it. I mean, that's the thing. Even if I did do it, I'd have a bunch of people. This was almost instant that people were like, oh, I bet you he did it. And all of these things. I mean, there was a roadmap to this happening, sadly. And that's so sad that she was so close to getting away. But you go back to her friend Rachel and everything that she said. She literally told her, if something happens to me. Well, and didn't Rachel say? If I remember correctly, Rachel said that she told Lynette, if something happens to you, I'm instantly going to blame him. And he said, that's fair. I mean, what? Wow. God, I need Botox. The torchlight really shows all the wrinkles. It's because I'm a boy mom. Oh, and just really quick, I keep hearing like rumors that I'm like fighting with Molly Golightly. I am not fighting with Molly. I don't know where that came from. I was teasing one night in a video when I was doing nails. I was like, oh my God, Molly's gonna hate these. And like, just because like I like to poke at her, because we poke at each other because we're friends. So, hi, Austin. Wait, is that Austin? Or is that truth in Austin's account? You guys confuse me so much. But yeah, no, I am not fighting with anybody. My dog sat in my petunias the other day. That ticked me off. If you want to see a super, super duper cute puppy, hound dog puppy from when she was a puppy, I posted the picture of her because I needed to breathe and remember that was the reason I picked her out, that she's adorable and I love her. And she's just old and ornery. And oh, no worries. Looked up. Okay. International waters, formerly known as the high seas, refer to areas of the ocean that do not fall under the sovereignty or exclusive economic zone of any nation. Yeah, we know that. Let's see. Flag state rule. Yeah, they're registered to Michigan, United States. Or no, they were registered to Florida. See, they're both, though, says Muskegon. Ashley said the other day that it was registered. Oh, Lynette Hooker. I can't, my computer is like under attack or something. So after like messing with it, and I was like, I don't want to be that late for the live. So we got the tiki torch going. Fireworks. My neighbors are doing fireworks. I think. I hope. No, so like JLR, they're shooting at me. No. And right now, trying to figure out so I don't understand. This isn't telling me what I want to know. I'm trying to figure out is if he commits a crime in if he's a citizen of the United States and he commits a crime in international waters or in the waters of another country and the victim is a citizen of the United States, would he be extradited back here? See, I'm gonna have to type it in because you won't type all that. I have to make a very detailed one of my cutsy searches that drives my friends nuts. I'll do it. I'll figure it out. Yeah, yeah. It's so cute too. It looks like a little half bowl. I forgot I had this. It's a little half bowling ball and it's got a big wick in the center. And you just pour that what do you call it? The torch stuff, the torch fuel in it.
Citronella oil.
Citronella oil, yeah. If a citizen of Bahamas, either victim or perp would be different. And see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, that's where I'm getting, that's where it confuses me because we have both a victim and a perp that are connected. Oh, I didn't hear about that, my man Jerry. See, my internet was all wonky last night. Everything I tried to watch kept like stuttering and buffering. And when I was trying to get on, because I tried to get on with StreamYard and it kept telling me that I had weak signal. But the weird thing is my TVs were working fine. Unless maybe they just take less bandwidth than my well, my TV in the living room was hooked to cable. And the cable was okay. But the internet. And I guess it was only the one TV, so maybe that, I hate that TV anyway though, but oh, I saw a title, but I didn't get to update myself on it with I saw that they found someone dead in Japan. I saw the picture of him. Well, and then that Carmelo Anthony trial started too. Now that was a trial that was a case that that Molly had wanted me to cover, and I think I did like one or two videos on it, but nobody would watch, and then I quit seeing any updates about it in the news or anything like that, and then it's just like this Mackenzie Shirilla. It was the same thing. I saw everything at the very beginning, and then it kind of went away for a while, and now it's big again, and I'm completely behind now because when I realized that it was starting to get big again, I've been watching all the Lynette Hooker stuff. I was, Nancy Guthrie and then Lynette Hooker and all the other stuff, the Magnolia stuff, so yeah, it just, I'll have to check that one out. Speaking of Japan, I have been late at night when I can't sleep. I have been watching these videos. It's called like Sad Salary Man in Japan, where like he goes to like these noodle shops and stuff, and he eats like he always talks about how lonely he is, always eats alone, and I don't know why, but I'm addicted to those noodle shop videos. Oh, my man Jerry, you're never rude. Yeah, it's truth. She's on Austin's account. she's trying to fake us out. You know how she is. Oh, I should have brought my hair clip out here. I'm not used to having my hair down all the time.
Okay.
My little boy came up to me and says before I put him to bed, he's like, your hair is a mess. He's not used to having mom with curls. Okay, because international waters are outside the jurisdiction of any single nation, U.S. relies on special maritime and territorial jurisdiction of the United States. Under those federal laws, the U.S. has the authority to prosecute crimes like murder and manslaughter when committed by or against U.S. nationals in places outside the jurisdiction of any country. Okay, so if they're in international waters, the United States could prosecute them here. If they're in the Bahamas, then it's going to be whatever they decide, extradited or not. So that makes sense.
And I did both searches.
If crime happens on a cruise ship or a commercial vessel, the laws of the country where the vessel is registered, the flag state, also apply. Okay. State versus federal, because the murder occurred in international waters, it falls under federal jurisdiction. Yep. Doug just said that. military personnel. If an individual involved are serving in the military, the killer could also be prosecuted. Oh, darn it. They could be prosecuted under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, but he's not a current military. But so yeah, so that's going to depend where.
And he can still be charged even if the body is not found. I did that search also.
Oh, and he said that he did find too, that he said he could still be found even if the body's not found. So. Oh, thank you very much. I got this stuff. It is. Oh. It's in a blue tube. Is it Superstar? I'll have to find it and put a thing up on my I really like it for anybody with curly hair. It's cream, and you just, when you get out of the shower, you just comb your hair when it's soaking wet. Put like a big glob of this stuff, just comb it, brush it through your hair over the tub so you don't get stuff everywhere. And then take a towel and scrunch it, and then don't touch it. Just let it air dry. And your hair dries, everything's separated, but it's not like crunchy like when you use like gel or mousse, because I hate having crunchy hair. So that'll be nice. I'm gonna see what it looks like tomorrow morning. Because hopefully, like what I do the next day after I do it curly is I take like half of it and I put it up in like a messy bun on top to get it out of my face. So, well, this is the thing. Growing up, when I was really young, my hair was pretty much straight. I had a little bit of a wave in it, but okay, no, just a second. I have to try and ow. I have to try and lean back in this chair without falling out and making myself look like an idiot. Okay, driver, pick me up if I fall out of my chair. There. Okay. I want to open up this because I'm getting kind of hot. So, but yeah, so if it works out good tomorrow morning, then I will put a picture of it up on there. It's like, it's by Big Sexy Hair, but it's like called Big Sexy Curls. That's what it is, and it's in a dark blue bottle. Yeah, I told everybody I'm collecting thumbs tonight. You know how I like all my scary horror movies. That's what I am so excited about this summer, you guys, is that I get to stay up late because my teenager is terrified of like anything scary, so I can't watch anything like that when he's up, and he doesn't go to bed until late. But I can stay up late though, and I can watch TV in the basement and then I don't have to like worry about him seeing any of it. I can watch all my scary movies. If you guys like scary movies, there's an app called Tubi. Is it Tubee?
TUBI.
TUBI. Sorry, TUBI. It's called Tubi, and they have got some of the best horror films. Like some of them are like independent films. Some of them are like the old ones that we used to watch, like the Gen X used to watch back in the day, like all the Jason ones. They had the Terrifier ones on there. They had they've got that one
We still gotta watch Terrifier 3.
I know we still do. We have to watch Terrifier 3. Maybe. It depends. It depends on how long I last. My shoulder is still killing me. But the other thing that I noticed that's on here is not only all these horror movies. There's old classic like sitcom like TV shows, but there is also Scooby-Doo, like the original, like Scooby-Doo, where are you? And the Scooby-Doo show. And my little guy is like totally digging on him right now. So I am loving it because finally I get to watch the cartoon that I like to watch and that I'm not like, because my oldest likes SpongeBob and I can't stand SpongeBob. He drives me absolutely nuts. Oh, yum. I'm hungry. I'm hungry right now. We had dinner really early and then I was running around, so I don't know, I'll probably make some popcorn or something after I get off here. Oh yeah, I like the song. Oh, that's what I was just gonna say. I'm glad you said that, my man Jerry. So, there is, and I think it was on Tubi where I found it. It's called Spiral, and it is like it's part of the Saw movies, but it's like, is it a prequel or a postquel? I can't remember. I think it's like a prequel. And it's got Chris Rock in it, of all people, in a scary movie. But you got to look for it if you're into the Saw movies. Final Destination. Oh my gosh. I live in a logging state. I hate that movie. Oh my gosh, I am a horror movie fan. So I've got like in my living room I have this big huge it's like an entertainment center slash like curio cabinet thing. It's huge. It's heavy. It weighs like 400 pounds, but it's the entire bottom of it is a big rollout drawer that it has all these like horror movies, like old and like up into like all the way from like probably the 80s, 70s, 80s to like the 2000s. Oh, I love Scooby. I do. Scooby and Shaggy. I even like Scrappy and Scooby Dumb. Oh my gosh, I worked at a tanning salon too. When I was in beauty school, I worked at a tanning salon. Hi, Sue. Good to see you. So, yeah, I did too. And don't think I didn't think about that when last year I got a red light therapy. What do you call it? A red light therapy. Right? I know we are twins. uh, membership. I have a red light therapy membership, and that bed like lights up red, and you're laying in there, and I'm like, oh my god, like it started making me think of that scene, like all the popping red and being on fire, because it makes you look like you're on fire in there. That was when I was watching. I remember I had my earbuds in when I first got in there, and I was listening to MGL doing one of her lives, and she screamed. She'll scream like out of the nowhere. All of a sudden, it scared the crap out of me. I banged my head on the top of the thing. I'm like, oh, it's going good. I'm happy everybody's in here and slowly coming in here. Um, what's new is my computer decided to like just go on strike. So I got it running on oh, what's the other browser? It used to be Explorer, whatever it is, but that doesn't have any of my passwords in it. So my Chrome, my computer updated and my virus stuff updated, and my Chrome is gone off my computer now. So, oh, I love haunted houses. No, it's not Safari. It's the other one. I think it's Explorer. Oh, I love horror. I love the paranormal. I love all that stuff. And I'm not like spooky. I'm not like putting like spells on anybody or anything like that. I'm just very interested in it. Along with, that's something that sometimes goes a lot into the whole serial killer thing, is some of the paranormal of just things that they believed in, like Richard Ramirez living in the Cecil Hotel because of its history, and because of that. Oh, we were talking about it the other night. It was the German serial killer. Was he any German that had lived there? Like he came from Germany to live there to hunt people, basically. Um, stuff like that. Oh my gosh, ouch. Oh wow, my man Jerry. Yeah, I wonder when they say a lot of times anywhere, anytime that there's um anytime there is uh like a big event, like with a lot of energy like that, like it um did something happen at that movie theater before? Oh yeah, that was funny. That the sun sent out major coronal mass ejections every day. Other channels that could knock out our computers and cell phones and other electronics. Oh wow! So maybe I got gotten. Yeah, because yesterday my internet was total junk. I couldn't get on. It said the TV in the basement was working all right, and the TV up in Jack's room, my little guy, his room was working all right because he listens to lullabies at night when he goes to sleep. And um, but the computer, my phone, I was trying to listen to because Plunder put out that the audio. She had FOIA'd the audio for the hearing between JLR and White Boy Radio Lockdown, and so I tried to watch that, and it kept stalling. I tried to watch Molly over on Rumble, and it kept stalling, and it kept stopping and like booting me out, and then it would take forever to like load back up. Um, oh yeah, I didn't think about that too. Yeah, we're having the Northern Lights. They are. That, like, I'll joke around and I'll be like, "Oh, is that are we being infiltrated?" Like, but it kind of makes you wonder. That's right, The Dark Knight. Yep. And didn't he put the makeup on? I never saw that movie. And I've seen like all the Batmans. We went and saw the most recent one. Well, it was like 2 years back. That one was I did not like that one at all. And I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like that one at all. It was just real dark. And I know Batman's backstory is dark. I know. But it seemed like it was trying to push something. And I didn't know what. And I didn't like it. That's right. Yep. That's right. And his mother had bought him his weapons, which I never understood either because I think if you've got a kid with mental illness, you know, sorry. I mean, that's violent mental illness. That's schizophrenic. You don't do that.
Who had orange hair?
The shooter from the Colorado movie theater, he like dressed up like the Joker. Like he had like Joker makeup on and stuff, and
Oh,
he like idolized the Joker. He was um I had when that happened, I remember I've said that I used to be like a gamer, like an online gamer. And one of the girls that I'm still friends with, it was one of her family members was actually in the movie theater that night. They thank goodness we're fine. We're okay. I mean, physically. I can't imagine being even there when something like that happens. But hey Nadia, good to see you, girl. Yeah, she had bought him because he wasn't able to get a anything licensed under him, and it was I think it was a semi-auto. So because he had quite a extensive record of mental illness and things like that, and so he wasn't able to legally buy a weapon, and his mother did it for him. Yeah. Oh, Nadia, I forgot to text it to you, but on my I'm sorry, I'm looking down at my chat on here because my chat on my phone keeps freezing for some reason. Um no, she knew. She knew. And when they went to his apartment, I'm starting to remember more. Isn't it funny how we start to talk about stuff and we start to remember? Oh, sorry, Nadia. The Discord link. I've got the chat Discord link. It's on my community wall, my community tab. Because I know you had said something before about wanting to be able to, if you get a hold or post stuff if you find something about a crime, whatever. So I just have the one room right now because that's really all we need. But as that's one thing I want to do is I'm going to try and open up another one for like the Alex Murdaugh stuff, because I found a lot of stuff as far as some of the probable cause affidavits. I have found like some of the appeal affidavits, things like that. And so I know that some of you are really into like the court paperwork part of this stuff. I know I am. I enjoy reading that stuff. It interests me. I don't always understand it, but I'll sit there with a highlighter. I like to print stuff out, and I like to have I know I'm such a dork, but I like to print stuff out and oh, thank you. Um I like to print stuff out and then like highlight like stuff that I don't understand. I'll go in, I'll Google it, figure it out. So, um, another thing I'm gonna have time to do this summer, yay! So as long as I can unbreak my computer, um, I think those things are interesting too. But see, I had to do, but see, you're like me. You went, and did medical billing and medical coding. We have to know how to do that stuff. You have to know how to read that stuff, because sadly, folks, you got to bill. You got to bill stuff when you're dead. You still have to pay doctors. You still have to pay all those people, and yeah. So, um, yeah. Oh, I love highlighters. I love office supplies. I always did. I used to do that with my appointment books. I'd have them all like, I liked the way that it looked when it was all like coded, and it was a lot easier. So like I would do like, I had a highlighter for people that paid me with a check. I had a highlighter for people that paid me in cash. I had a highlighter for no shows, stuff like that. And yes, by the way, if you no show your hairdresser enough, she will break up with you, or you will get the cold shampoo. You will get the last appointment of the night when she's tired and she's ornery. So tip your local hairdresser and nail tech, okay? And don't no show them. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I do too. I learned about that when I was taking my classes to become a coder and an insurance specialist. Um, we also had to take physiology and anatomy. That was half of it. One half was office procedures, where we learned all of our data, all of our coding, all of our insurance laws, all of those things. But the other half was the anatomy and physiology. And it one of the things I remember when we were doing our um, we did like a neurology mod, and then we did a psychology mod. And one of the things that I learned was that that's a way for your brain. Like, people are usually right brained or left brained. They're analytical or they're creative. It's and then there's some individuals that are both. Um but oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. I used my degree for about, well, I talked to you about it the other night, working for that doctor. I did my internship, and then I was done. Back to hair and nails. That's where I belong, because that's too friendly. But but I still do, my man Jerry. Okay. Oh, but no, what they were saying was, I remember us learning, because the girls that did really, really well in the anatomy and physiology would use coding to, like, as a relaxation technique. And we'd also like do like those like color coded mandalas, things like that. And the girls that were really good at the coding and everything else, they liked doing all the office procedures and the office work. And what she talked about was that each one uses a different side of your brain. And so when you switch those tasks, you're giving the side of your brain that you're dominant in, that you're always working, a break. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. Oh yeah, yeah. And if my computer is not better, then we'll be out here again, or we'll be out front, or we'll be in the car. I don't know where we'll be. Maybe well, I was joking around with Truth the other night. So I was about ready to drive to McDonald's and just use their Wi-Fi, so at least watch something. Oh, the fruity markers. Yes. I have a brand new pack of fine tip Sharpies. Like one, and I'm talking, when I'm talking pack, I mean it's one of those ones that's like 2 foot wide and like a foot tall. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, I love to smell crayons. And I'm not even a Marine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, they're crayon eaters. That's what they call them, crayon eaters. Never mind. Yes. No, I've got to figure out something with well, I think I figured it out, but I can't find a bunch of these. My little guy, excuse me, that went down the wrong hole. My little guy breaks all of his crayons in half. Oh yeah, nobody touches mom's markers in this house. No. That is, if you dare try, you're asking for it, I'll hurt you. Nope, you don't touch my markers. The only time I have I've let, I don't let my little one touch them with a 10-foot pole, but I've let my oldest one use them. But I sat right by him and made him put it right back because I have a giant bag full of non-permanent markers, and then I have a huge Tupperware container and a basket that have all my Sharpies and stuff like that in it. So I used to love Jerry Lewis too. I remember uh being a kid and being home for summer break, and um my mom was a teacher, so she was home in the summer with me too. And that was what we would watch all day, like the um ABC 12 afternoon movies were always like Jerry Lewis or like the Elvis movies and stuff like that. So we always were watching those, or it used to be called the Family Channel, and it would play like the old TV shows, and some of them were TV shows that were popular when my mom was growing up. So like Make Room for Daddy and Leave It to Beaver and stuff like that. Oh, he was a comedian and an actor, and he used to do the Jerry Lewis telethon, trying to raise money for uh, oh my gosh, raising money for not spina bifida,
Telethons.
Jerry Lewis telethon. Yeah, it was every year. Yes, muscular dystrophy. Thank you, thank you. Yep, it was on every year, and it would be like a big show that would come on, and like seriously, it's one of those things where everybody would like get dinner done, get your bath, get your shower, and then you go sit in the living room with a bunch of popcorn and no, muscular dystrophy, um and he and then he would have all these like talents, like there'd be comedians on, there'd be musicians on, there'd be like people would do skits and stuff. So it was like a variety show, and you could sit there and watch, and you could call. They'd have people like answering phone lines, and they'd start showing like all night long. They'd have a goal, and they'd start showing all night long the goal moving up, that they were raising money. And I don't know, it was the 80s. And I think he still did it up into the 90s, but he passed away quite a few years ago. And he did a lot of movies he was part of the Rat Pack, which was Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, Sammy Davis Jr., for Sinatra. Yeah, Sinatra, all those guys. And they would do these dinner theater shows where uh, they would sing, they would dance, they would tell jokes. Sammy Davis Jr. was a comedian. You had Dean Martin, who was a crooner, and Sinatra, they were the crooners. Oh, Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, he was the Great Balls of Fire guy. And he married his wife when she was only what, like 13, 15. He did the movie Jerry Lewis telethon. Jerry Lewis did the Nutty Professor, the original movie. Um, Trying to think of what else. They're just funny movies. It was like slapstick comedy, physical comedy where he'd fall down, he'd bang his ankle, he'd uh, whatever. And it was so funny because that's the only way that I knew him. And then when I got older and I saw him, like when he would talk like as himself, like in an interview, like on the Tonight Show or something like that, it was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even realize that was him. 2017. Ah, okay. I knew it went on for so long. Yeah, it's funny. It's like the old black and white movies and stuff, and um, you'll like it. You'll like it. It's nostalgic. It's just one of those things. I remember sitting there with a pillow on the floor, a big bowl of popcorn. My hair was wet from the bathtub. The air conditioner or whatever was on. You got the cold air blowing on you from whatever. Watching your show. Same thing with like I'm always telling my kids, like Wizard of Oz or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roots. Like these were all movies that came on once a year, and literally the entire family like got everything done, hurried up, got your dinner done, got showers, all that, and sat down in the family room or whatever, and just watch these movies because it's the only time you're going to see them. Oh, yes, I loved Johnny Carson. Yes. Oh, I know. Yeah. Hey, lady. But yes, I used to love. In fact, I was just talking about Johnny Carson with Marissa yesterday because I had said something like before she told me, and she was like, "You gotta stop doing that." And she's like, "You're just telling me I was psychic." I said I was gonna have to start doing a show on here with Okay, so if oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, that was so sad. Um, but no, so you can help me with this. Do you remember when he did the skit where he had the big turban on and he put the card and he'd answer the question before Ed had time to ask it? Um, oh yeah, it's funny stuff. It is funny stuff. So I love all that old school stuff. The old Shirley Temple movies. I used to watch those when I was little. Like I said, that's what we had. We didn't have cable until I was like in 6th or 7th grade. So we had rabbit ears on our TV. So we had like 3 channels. And there was usually the local channel was either news, it was talk shows in the morning, news. In the afternoon, they do an afternoon matinee. And then they would have the afternoon talk shows. And then the news. And then sitcoms. You had Nell, MASH, all that stuff. Oh, how old are you? 42? Yeah, 42. I had to think about that. You are still the youngin'. Bear's the baby. Which we haven't seen him. I hope he's not like lost in the Alaskan bush or anything. Poor bear. Us old people bore him, I think. He's the one that made us take custody of him, though. So, I am 48. I'm going to be 49 this year. So this is my last year in my 40s. So I got to make it really, really good. And then my 50th birthday party, I have to have a big, big party. I have to one last big hurrah, and then I'll act like lady that I'm supposed to be. Oh man, not the bike again. Him and that bike are dangerous. We need to get him like one of the like the the tricycles. I actually bought one for my son, which the only thing is I got it all put together. But now we have to get we have to get one of those chain tools because it's like a link too long. So yeah, Labor Day. See, that's Labor Day weekend is my birthday weekend usually. The year that I was born, I was actually born on Labor Day. My mom said that she was watching the telethon in the hospital. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sue. I've been racking my brain, and I don't know why I didn't just Google it, but I've been racking my brain for like the past like day trying to remember. Yes, yes, yes. Karnak the Magnificent. That's what I kept thinking, the great something, and it wasn't. Like the great pumpkin, the great whatever, but it wasn't. That was wrong. Oh, wow. February 28th. My ex father in law, I remember um, him teasing because he had had a heart attack on February 29th one year. And the next year, he said he no longer had to be on his diet or anything because it never happened. We said, yeah, no, that's sorry. It doesn't work that way. But, oh, yeah, that always happened to me. Yep, I hated that. I hated that. Well, now our kids go back that last week of August. So I don't even get my birthday week to sleep in one last week. Oh no. I have a friend, one of the scout moms that I'm still friends with, was born on Valentine's Day. And she's, or the day, no, the day after. That's what it was, the day after. And so she said it's not fair because now her husband, like, mushes them all into one. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. They have to be separate.
I used to always tell people I was born 2 days early.
What? You were born 2 days? Oh, because of Halloween? Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's not fair, truth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, right? No, they decided to name me Courtney. Thanks, guys. I would have liked to have been a girl named Jerry. Aw. My son, the year he was born the week before Father's Day. And so he was born the Monday before Father's Day, I think it was. And so that first week, um, for Father's Day, it was that Sunday. Um, I had, I was in so much pain, but I made him and my dad a bunch of food, and they sat there and they all dressed in their Detroit Tigers outfits. Even my little guy, he was so tiny, he was like swimming in it. But Papa and Daddy were so proud of their little guy that they could dress up in their little baseball uniform that was he was swimming in. I love it, Truth. It's a dependable name. I mean, I like that name though. I like that, Truth. It's not just a boy's name. I like it. I like it. Oh man. I still can't believe that though with my computer. I'm mad. I don't know what in the world it did. I'm hoping I can get it back because doing the thought of doing nails, trying to do a nail live and having to have, two phones going. I did figure out something neat though when I was in the middle of my computer crisis. The plug on my microphone has a second plug that can actually be plugged into my phone. So as long as I don't, as long as I'm not charging it, then I can actually use my microphone with my phone. Okay. Yeah, I restarted it again. I tried to restart it again because I thought maybe that would snap it into, but it didn't.
It's probably doing system updates.
No, it did a system update, and now that it's done it, that's when it says that my Chrome. It said that it it said that it recognized it as possible malware and that it was not compatible with my system. So that's why I'm wondering if I have to go and just reinstall Chrome. I have to go in and see if it's still on the computer or if it just got taken off the desktop or
Maybe Chrome just needs to be updated.
well, Chrome did update. Everything update. That's Chrome updated and then my computer updated. That was not yesterday, that was the day before. That was after I went live. Because when I was live on StreamYard, it kept saying like weak connection and stuff like that. And then after I got off, it started updating. So I thought, okay, maybe that's what it was. It was doing a scan or something like that. Yeah, that's usually. No, I just hit restart. I didn't shut it down. Well, it restarted after it updated itself, and then that box popped up from Kaspersky, which I used to have Kaspersky on there, but now I have WebRoot, and it was saying that Kaspersky caught Chrome. I wonder if I have to go in and oh, you know what? That was one of the things that was supposed to be an update with this new. It was Google. It was either my Google update or my Windows update that was free Kaspersky coverage. Bare minimums, like without a subscription. You could pay for like an upgraded subscription. So I'm wondering if the two there's no choice to like unclick a box or anything like that. So I'm wondering if the two what do you call it? I'm wondering if the two virus things are working against each other, if that's what's.
Probably.
So I'll have to go and do that and disable that because WebRoot's running fine. It just did a scan and it was fine. No, not yet. This all happened like literally right when I was trying to go live. I was so mad too because I cleaned my whole desk. Everything's all nice and Clorox cleanup um and so well no, I mean that it's saying that it's not compatible. That's what I'm wondering because that's what it kept saying is that it recognized it as malware. It could, and that's it too. I mean, you just never know. But so that's what I was worried about is that did somebody hack in? Now the good thing is like with my YouTube and all that stuff, most of my stuff I have two-factor authentication. Is that what it's called? Two-factor authentication, like where I have to like if I'm assigned into my email, I have to actually go to one of my other devices and allow myself. Am I? Well, Driver got me some different ones, and they're just not as strong as my regular ones. So I think I'm like smoking more than I normally do, and I'm stressed because this computer thing. Because I wanted to do. I was all excited because I was gonna get everything set so that I could be on Rumble tonight and YouTube, and I was gonna do my own nails, but you did. You requested it. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. It's probably just because of the update, um, and I thought that that was why we took. That was one of the reasons why we didn't do Kaspersky, because on my laptop we had a bunch of issues with Kaspersky, like freezing stuff up, and um, like it would take forever for me to like upload stuff like that. So, um, I know. Well, and part of it too is these, they keep going out, and that doesn't help either. So,
Do you know if any of them are from Toledo?
what?
Do you know if any of them are from Toledo, Ohio?
They shouldn't be.
No,
Oh,
you're had nothing to say.
oh, is anybody that's in here from Toledo, Ohio? Why?
They had a mass shooting at a music festival.
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah, there was a mass shooting at a music festival in Toledo today, this evening. The world's gone nuts, I swear. I don't know. I miss back in the day when, when people got angry with somebody, you just got in a fist fight and got over it. All this having to put holes in somebody is just. Yeah, at a music festival in Toledo, Ohio. Earlier, I saw something about it on my news feed before I came on, and I don't know. I said I don't understand. Yeah, it is. It's constant. It's just constant, one right after the other, just every day, every day. We had something months ago here. It was. It's only about 25 minutes south of us at an LDS church. Um, a man drove through the front door, lit the church on fire, and as everybody ran out, he started firing. I mean,
And he had bombs in his truck.
oh yeah, and he had explosives in his truck. I mean, what in the hell? Like, I understand if you're mad, you hate your life, but why do you have to take all these other people with you?
Not far from there, there was another one that was.
Well, and see, that's it. Like, honestly, that's one of the reasons why we quit going to like U of M football games. We quit going to Tiger games because those big events, you just, you don't know. And we were actually at a U of M game one time when there was a threat. It was a threat for that it was a terrorist threat. They were going to do something at a major sporting event that day, is what they said, and we didn't know about it until we got there. And U of M, the big house, it's like, is it still the largest college football stadium, like seat wise?
It's the largest sports stadium in
United
North
States,
America.
in Northern
Yeah.
America. It's the largest sports stadium in Northern America. I mean, it seats like, well, now it's like over 100,000.
I think it's like 100, like 120
Yeah,
or
yeah, I think
something.
so because they redid it, and I mean, it's scary. You wonder where you could go. You wonder, a couple of years ago, there's that guy in the Mall of America that grabbed that little boy and tossed him over the balcony. I mean, for what? He was, and well, again, I guess he was very mentally ill, but still, like, well, and that's just it. Oh my gosh, when my little guy was like not even a year old, I had been, um, we had been out in Flint by the mall, and it was me and my mom and my boys. We'd gone out to dinner or something out there because I live kind of like in the, it's, it's what we consider kind of the suburbs, but it's like woodsy suburbs, if that makes sense. Like kind of Walnut Grove. You know, there's not, pretty much my town shuts down about 8 o'clock at night. It's dark, there's nothing going on. So if we want to go to dinner, or we want to go to any major shopping or anything like that, we have to go into Flint. We were driving back, and out in front of what was it? Michael's Craft Store. It was Michael's Craft Store. There was all these police. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was in that plaza. But anyway, there's all these police. There's taped off all this stuff, and we find out the next day that there were two guys in a store, and one of the guys thought that the other guy looked at him funny. And so we waited until they got out in the parking lot.
That was in the Toys R Us parking lot.
That Toys Oh, it was Toys R Us. It was right before the Toys R Us closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right before Toys R Us closed.
Didn't like the way the guy looked at him.
Didn't like the way the guy looked at him in Toys R Us parking and Toys R Us, and went out in the parking lot and shot him. I mean, you're there getting toys for your kids, and that's what you're thinking. Well, they closed down the pizza place, the Chuck E. Cheese in Flint, because there were so many shootings and fights in there, and among the grown-ups. And they tried at first uh, not serving alcohol, and that didn't work because people either snuck it in, or they're out in the parking lot doing whatever they were doing, or they probably weren't drunk. They were just idiots. And
Ew.
so here are these little kids' birthday parties. It's, dangerous. And, well, and then last year we have a trampoline park, not a trampoline park, but a trampoline, um, you know what I'm talking about, one of those trampoline places. And, um, what?
That big bug just flew right into the flame. Now you can hear it sizzling.
That's fine as long as that bug's not touching me. It's that bug's fault. He should have been watching out. No, but um, they're at a trampoline place, and she was dropping off her kid at a party, and she got in a fight with her ex, I think it was, and he followed her out to the parking lot and took her life right in the parking lot. And here their kid is right in there at a birthday party, and just wow, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And oh, I thought this was my sweatshirt with the thumb holes. I have my other sweatshirt that has the thumb holes in that. Makes me happier. I don't know why I love but yeah. You never know who's standing next to you in line. You never know what they're thinking, what they're doing. You just hope. Well, the thing is like, I remember sitting there thinking about when that happened with the guy that said that the other guy looked at him funny. They didn't know each other. They weren't connected. And I remember sitting there going, there's so many times I'm standing in line at a store and I'm just zoning out. Like, have you ever been just sitting there zoning out, like thinking about like what you got, where you got to go next, or what you're going to do for dinner or whatever. And all of a sudden you realize somebody's in your line of sight, and you were like glaring at them, and you're like, oh gosh, sorry, like you literally could like, eh. That is a Silence of the Lambs moth if I ever saw one. Sheesh, that was huge. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Um, but you could literally be sitting there thinking about what you're gonna make for dinner. And somebody take you out because of it because you had a funny look on your face. Like, and you know what? Toughen up. Like, that's so wussy to me. That that's the only way you could do anything. Like, you're not. That's not tough. That's not a man. Sorry, a man doesn't have to resort to that to prove anything to anybody. So you think you're tough going out there doing that? You're just the biggest. You're the biggest wuss you ever seen. You know. So just like what other wusses? Brian Hooker, who can't just use his words. He has to use his hands. And I'm gonna watch that Drop Dead Serious tomorrow morning when I drink my coffee because she has a interview. I think I said it before, but she does actually does an interview with Lynette's mom and dad, and um, so I think that's gonna be. It's probably gonna be sad, but um, I still have to watch the episode where she was interviewing Carly. I saw part of the interview, and I felt bad when they said they didn't find anything. You know, I don't know. I think it's society as a whole. I think there are other places. I mean, supposedly place like I had years ago. I had a client. Now again, this is like 15 years ago, but he was from the Netherlands, and he married a woman from here, and moved here and lived here. And he talked about how much more easygoing things were in the Netherlands as far as just how people talk to each other and how people respected each other and um I don't know. You hear we're the most violent, but then I guess maybe it's about what kind of violence you're talking about. I mean, you look over in like Iraq and Iran and all of that, and you think of that as violent, but we're literally doing it to ourselves. And the young kids coming up, they can't communicate with each other. They can't talk. That's the thing. Technology's so awesome, but it's also made us very lazy when it comes to talking with each other and having that connection with each other. And I think that's why it's so easy. That's something that I've noticed on here on YouTube is how blurred the lines have got about what's okay to say to somebody and what's not. Is it the truth? Sometimes, yeah, it's the truth. But is it okay to say that to them? Like, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's everybody's business to always be telling everybody else their truth. You know, um, to tell them about themselves. Like, I remember like years ago watching Dr. Phil and him saying, and I know nobody can stand Dr. Phil, but it's none of anybody's business it's none of my business what anyone thinks about me. And that really is true. Like, think back. Think back to when if you're Gen X like I was, and maybe even you're not Gen X and this still was the way that life was. But before we had an instant connection to all of our neighbors and all of our so like my example is my small town, okay? Very small town, lots of farms out. Um, and when people saw each other and talked to each other and got the gossip, it was either down at the soda fountain or it was down at the local grocery store. And you'd walk in and you might see Truth. Oh, you're fine, Truth. Exactly, driver. But And that's the thing too. They do hide it. Like I look at Japan, and Japan's very much all about rules and all of these things. But if you watch a lot of those like Tokyo, and the like Japan Salary Man and stuff like that, it's an act. It's about what he always says that it's about the effort and it's about the appearance. But like they don't really care. Like they make them work 12-hour days, but they really don't care what work they get done as long as they look like they're like they've done something, or they're there. Like they can, like he talked about, literally like taking a nap at his desk. But as long as his boss doesn't catch him, and as long as his boss sees he's put in hours, he doesn't check and he doesn't care. Um, but I look at it like before. So like back, oh my gosh, I'm turned into my grandparents. But back in my day, you might see your neighbor who was literally maybe a half a mile away also, but you'd see your neighbor, your kids' friends' moms or whatever in the grocery store, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, right? If you ran into each other at the same time, and you talk a little bit. And so truth, you're my neighbor. I walk into the local grocery store and I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? How are the kids? And what do? We small talk. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, did you hear so and so had this happen? Oh, did you hear so and so had that happen? Oh, okay. Well, hey, girl, gotta get done. I'll see you later, right? And that would have been it. But you didn't know all the dirty details of that, my life. You didn't know that maybe there was some big, huge issue going on in my household. You didn't know that my kids were truant from school every week. You didn't know that my old man left 3 weeks ago because it wasn't all over Facebook. It wasn't all over Twitter. It wasn't all over. We didn't share those things. We allowed people to know the information about us that we allowed them to. And unless your husband got caught down at the local bar with, the town floozy, like people didn't know. We weren't 10 seconds out of each other's lives every minute. And and that's it. And now though, the local gossip, it's fueled by everything. Like first, a lot of people overshare. Like they're telling things that I think they're forgetting. Like if you go in a chat and say there's like 1,000 people in there, and like maybe 20 people are talking, there's still the potential of like 980 people just watching what you're saying. And they're going and they're looking it up and they're trying to find out, what do you pay for your power bill? Do you have a record? Do you own anything? Just because they're nosy, just because there's people that just do that. And the information that we can find out on each other and all of that, like it's not good. It's not good. Um I shouldn't be able to figure out information about somebody's kids. I don't ever, by the way. I would never in a million years. Kids are off limits, in my opinion. Kids, families, all that stuff. You can comment on what I put up here. That's all you're allowed to comment on. And but that's just it. You have to be so careful because it isn't just about what I give you anymore. It's about what you can find out on me. And I've said it a million times. Go for it, because I'm boring. I've led a boring life. I was born. I went to school. I went to cosmetology school. I graduated. I did hair and nails for a few years. I went to I took medical training classes. I am a certified biller, medical coder. I didn't like it. I went back to doing hair. That's it. That's all. But, you know, we are, but nobody wants to take that time. And I think a lot of it, I think that's it, is I think sometimes when people are going after someone else for some of this stuff, it's because it hits home a little bit more than they'd like to admit, maybe. Does that make sense? Like, and I'm not saying all, because I don't I don't know what anyone's life is like off of here. I don't go digging like that. If I'm digging on a court case. I'm digging on a, on a missing persons case, something like that. I don't know anything private about anybody on here, and I don't want to know because that's just dangerous, you know. But
But if she wanted to know, she could find out.
I'm not like that.
Right.
That's not a to me. That's not a trustworthy way of operating, you know. And I know. I mean, I have over 1,500 subs, and I know not all of them are in here because they like me, right? That's par for the course. I mean, I know that. I've got thick skin, I know. And so far, I haven't done anything so bad that that I can think of. I haven't done anything so bad on here that anybody really can hold my hold my goose to the fire. But I don't think I ever will. I'm a pretty controlled person. I mean, I snort laugh sometimes. I don't always have good hair. You're not always going to see me in makeup, and I don't care. I think maybe that's part of it too. I really don't care what people think of me. I spent almost 30 years behind a chair with some of the meanest old ladies you ever could find your find on the face of the earth. And some of the rudest, most self-absorbed people on the face of the earth, wanting me to make them look like Jennifer Lopez, walking in looking like George Lopez, okay? It's not happening, honey. I mean, not even with a magic wand and a plastic surgeon at my disposal. It's not happening. We can give you some bangs and some layers, but that's as close as you're getting. I mean, I really don't. And I was talking about this with some friends later or earlier in the week, is that, like, it's really true. And I remember hearing people talk about this when I was younger. It really is true when the women that were older than me that I worked with always told me, you're going to get to an age where you just don't care anymore. Where your rewards are that you have a roof over your head, your bills are paid, you've got food on the table, and your kids are happy. And you don't care if somebody thinks you're fat. And you don't care if somebody thinks you're ugly. And you don't care if somebody doesn't like the dress you're wearing, because who cares? I like the dress I'm wearing. I like the shoes I'm wearing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And it really is a level of freedom when you just really and truly don't care. Oh, ooh, I want some of that. See, I've got the French onion. I've got the French onion stuff. I just don't have any sour cream. Darn it! And I have some of those poppable chips. They didn't have any Lay's Ruffles, the wavy chips, and that's what my oldest loves. So they I did that grocery pickup, and they substituted them with the poppables. Those are good. They're the sea salt ones. They're pretty salty, but they're pretty good. Oh my gosh, I love anything with pockets. Oh yes. It looked just like a big cheeseburger. My man Jerry. It was so cool looking. Her cake. I don't have anything like that. I have a raspberry pie, a Marie Calendar raspberry pie in the freezer, but I'd have to bake it and all that. And by then I'll be tired and I won't want to eat anything anymore. I probably am though gonna, when I get off of here, go make a turkey sandwich. They had croissants on sale. And so I got a big thing of croissants and some some honey roasted smoked turkey and Havarti cheese. And I have been digging on those sandwiches. I've been having one every day for lunch, and it's so good. And then some of those poppables. So I'm going to do that. You know what else I want to make? We need to get some of the Hidden Valley Ranch stuff so that I can make some veggie dip too. I love that Hidden Valley Ranch dip. Oh, I do too. Yeah, raspberry pie. Oh, I'm telling you, I would make it all. We'd have a snack fest, you guys. If you come over, we could sit in the living room and watch Saw. Oh man, but yeah, these croissants are so good. And um, my little guy, I wasn't sure if he was gonna eat them, but 'cause they get picky. But he was literally like mowing on that. He ate an entire sandwich. He ate a whole bowl of Doritos. He ate a thing of grapes, which we got to get new grapes. I went to go get the grapes out today and they were all like squish. So I don't know what happened to them. Driver, pay attention.
So, what?
You, driver. Dear Lord, I'm literally sitting right next to what? What? But no, so yummy. So we have been digging down on those sandwiches. And um what else? Oh, then he ate like 4 chocolate chip cookies. He drank 2 big glasses of ice water. I'm like, and he's literally so tiny. I don't know where he puts it all. Well, that's been, my phone froze today. That's another thing. I'm having technical issues up the yin yang. Okay. And oh, before I forget, because I keep forgetting, if you're just coming in, please, I'm collecting thumbs today. And I'm also trying to build back my channel because YouTube like cleaned house and like took a bunch of my subs away. So if you are somebody that thought you were subbed up to me, double check and make sure you are, because YouTube removed a bunch of people that did not do it themselves. And um and if you're new, please sub up. Normally I'm on a computer and I have a background and I have videos and stuff like that I review, and I do nails. And um usually these are just our fun back deck streams, but that's okay. I like having these back deck streams. It's nice night. It's pretty out. So I can hear the tree frogs. I can hear the crickets. None of my solar lights, all my trees got huge this summer. None of my solar lights are working because I got to move them all now. Oh, yeah, definitely. That is something else. That was in my creator thing. YouTube said, ask everybody, share my live on your community tab if you can. I would greatly appreciate that. Or on Facebook, anything like that. X, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to branch out on those too. So I've got to do that link tree because I do have a business page on Facebook too. I've got one on IG and I've got one on Twitter. So that's got the nails. It's got nails and true crime. I don't just do, well, IG is pretty much just nails, but yeah, my X is like the true crime videos. I announce my lives on there. And I need to start doing, gonna try and hook up my Facebook to StreamYard too, so that I can stream on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. That way, also, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on with YouTube lately. And uh I'm supposed to be able to reapply for monetization again at the end of July, which I'm okay, fine. Which, by the way, that's something else that I'm going to be doing. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm not sure. I had started out, when I first started, I did podcasts. And one of the things is they don't have a lot of views on them because lives just get better. Lives just get more reach than regular uploads do. And especially when you're starting out. And so YouTube recommended that I delete some of those because they didn't have a high enough click-through rate. But there's some really good cold cases in there that I went over. And they're anywhere between like 15 minutes to some of them are maybe 45 minutes. But I am going to try to start doing that, like maybe on Sunday nights. When we all kind of want to just chill in our jammies. Um, Coming on and putting those on. And some of them have a nail project, some of them don't. If they don't, I can do something. Or we can just sit in our jammies and chill and watch them and listen. But there's some really good, not all of them are from Michigan. Some of them are, famous cold cases. There's famous murders. I've got a really good one on the John List murders. He took out his entire family and then took off and lived like under a different name for like 20 or 30 years and got caught and finally was put in prison. And well, and with the ones that I had in my garden, what I noticed at first with my solar lights, they had batteries in them also that I had to change those batteries. So you might need to change your rechargeable batteries inside of them so that they can charge with the solar light. Podbean, I've never heard about. That's cute. But yeah, check and see if they have any batteries in the top, because that's what was wrong with mine, and I didn't realize it. And the directions I threw, I'm one of those people that buy them, unwrap them, read the directions afterwards, and deal with it. So
Ouch.
oh,
Yeah, that's what.
sorry, I kicked myself out of my own live. I forgot to do that too. I was, and you guys too, remember to change yourself to all chat instead of top chat. Don't be a dork like I am. Oh yeah, and you know what? Now you can get solar lights at the dollar store. I got some really cute ones that were American flag solar lights that we used for camping, and we would put them at the bottom of our tent ties so that nobody tripped over them. Our tent lines. Oh yeah, no, I won't put anything scary up. I try not to be scary. I mean, sometimes I can be a little scary sometimes, but I try to be. Sometimes I can be too much. Sometimes I can be not enough, but I'm trying. And yeah, I don't want. Um. Oh no. Oh no, truth. You got wood floors in there, don't you? In the kitchen. Ugh. But that's it. I really, I'm really lucky because while I have been around on YouTube for years and years and years, I have not been an active chatter until about 2.5 years ago, maybe. And then my channel is only like a year and a half old. So I don't have any beefs with anybody. I don't have any. I don't care to get into any of the fights or the dramas and have any opinions on them because it's not my circus, not my monkeys. You guys fight over whatever you're going to fight over. Oh, I think my fuel is dying down. But, oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, and that stuff, that vinyl plank, you hit it with a little bit of water and it buckles. We had that in the last, the salon that I worked for like 10 years. The shampoo bowls decided to leak over the weekend and we came in to all the floors in like completely heaved up. But, yeah, I don't care about any of these fights that everybody's going on with. I'm never going to tell you you can't watch someone because I don't like them or whatever. I don't care. You watch whoever you want. If you want to watch JLR, watch JLR. I'm not going to. It's your business. You can decide who you want to. I just want to make sure when people come in here, everybody's cool with each other. Everybody's nice with each other. Nobody's pulling any of that stuff in here. That's all I ask. Is just don't, you can be part of that world. Somewhere down the lines, I was talking about that. I started talking about that earlier, and I think I squirreled. Is these lines have gotten very blurred between drama, crama, and true crime. And there are some people out there that are giving true crime a very bad, bad name. And I just don't, that drama is toxic. Not just for the people watching every single day, but the people that are waking up to having to cover it every day. Like, but that's the thing. Sometimes you want to cover something, but when your subs want something else, ultimately, you're there. Even though you're there to put out facts and things like that, you're there to put out content that your subs want to watch, because what's the point if nobody watches what you're saying? What's the point if nobody listens? Then your message isn't getting out there anyway, no matter what message it is. And see, I feel bad for some of them that's what they do, that's what that's what they wake up to every day. Because I think on both sides, it wears on you. It's negative energy. It's all negative energy. It's just green gelatinous muck that doesn't matter. And I think part of that too is being older. I'm older than a lot of the people on here. At least in the I don't know. I don't know what community I'm part of. I don't really know. I mean, I don't think there's not anybody that I know of that does true crime and nails. I think there was one person that I found. That was it. So I think I'm kind of my own community. But yeah, I don't care. I want, if people want to come in here and talk with us and have fun and um just leave all that out in the hall, I'm cool with that. And just get along. Everybody just get along and get these names out there of these people that we want. Not every case has to turn into a circus. There's not always gonna be something happening at the house or at the scene or at the whatever. And there's no reason that from your living room, like I do, or well, my office, that you can't still keep someone's name out there. That you can't still keep facts out there. That you can't go on to cover something else because nothing's happening at the moment in a case that you're following, and then pick it back up when it does, and still during every video mention, don't forget about Nancy Guthrie. Don't forget about Starla Goings from Munising, Michigan, that's still missing. Almost a year later. At the hands, most likely, allegedly, in my opinion, of her estranged husband. Like Lynette Hooker, that has still not been found in the Bahamas, likely at the hands of her husband. Like Nancy Guthrie, who is still missing at the hands of who knows? Who knows at this point? It could be a neighbor. We don't know. If you have watched any scary movies, at this point there's a million possibilities. And yeah. No, I don't think sitting out in front of someone's house after February, March, April, May. We're in month 5. She's not there. She's not coming back. If, in the tiny slight chance that she is found alive, she's never going back to that house. Can you imagine? And there's absolutely no evidence of why it happened, at least the public, of why it happened or who did it. We have a million theories. Hi, just reporting. Good to see you. But, and that's what saddens me, is that's happened in so many cases. And you have to blow that out first, by the way, or you will blow me up. Okay. Driver's gonna put some more fuel in my thing, so it's gonna go dark for a minute. And then, ooh, that scared me. But it's just sad. These cases don't have to turn into this. And you've got neighbors. I mean, neighbors putting rocks on the easement so nobody can sit there. Dog poop. Oh, that's enough. That's hot. Yeah, that's in that top part. It's full, so you're gonna have to burn all that off. Okay, it's gonna be bright here for a few. FYI, if you see me burst into flames, somebody clip that, okay? Because I am gonna need proof. I'm gonna need some help. Okay, everybody watch out. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay. Oh, we're all right. Okay. That was much less climactic than I thought it was going to be. Well, and that's just it. It's not a game. It's somebody's real life. And I had a really good thought, though. I was talking about this with Truth the other day. Yeah. Well, that's what that was believed to be. Yeah. Yep. That they put that, someone to get because it was basically a message to the streamers. And that's what they put along the easement of Nancy Guthrie's home. Someone, I don't know who, but put a bunch of rocks and cactuses and dog poop in the places where the streamers were because they want them. Now, I don't know if it's a neighbor. I don't know if it's... Nobody knows who did it. It's disgusting, and it's sending a message. And that's what it's turned into. That's just so... Oh, but anyway, I was saying I had an idea, and I was talking about this with Truth the other day. Like, instead of doing stuff like that to get them out of there, I have a brilliant idea. All the neighbors have to do is drive by real slow, blasting Disney music. Disney music and Disney movies are one of the most highly copyrighted, protected content anywhere. If you play a Disney song or a clip of Disney or Warner Brothers, I did a 10-second clip of an Austin Powers Warner Brothers thing from that from Austin Powers, and I got that video snagged within a half hour. So oh, I wonder if they do. Well, and I thought one of the neighbors had like trail cams or something out there. Somebody was something like that, but I don't know. It's sad because that doesn't bring anything back. She's not ever going to be back at that house. But that was my thought. Instead of doing stuff like that, blast Disney music as you drive by. then their lives will get shut down. And eventually it won't be a thing. I mean, you know, they did that out at who was it? Was it Quentin Simon's house? They were blasting like Let It Go from Elsa from oh my god, Frozen. Frozen. How did I forget the name of that movie? Um at the sheriff's department. Yeah. Wish I could see I can't I have to it's because I'm not on StreamYard. I can't pin comments or anything. I'm going straight through YouTube. Um Oh my gosh, I did not. I'm so sorry I like foreheaded you guys. There's another person on here that does that. They take their phone and they'll be oh, like, I don't want to be that person. So I need another phone because I'm trying to read the comments on this phone. It is. It is. Um, that was one of the things that I learned about Florida. It is not legal to protest. And also now, where Quentin Simons lived is no longer legal to protest out in front of their house, to protest out in front of someone's house. And in Florida, partly from what I heard, that Betty and JLR were part of the reason why Florida passed the laws of why you could not protest out in front of people's homes. And whatever case that was, I have no idea, but well, thank you very much. It's a little wrinkly tonight. I tell you, I'm trying to figure out a good foundation. I got wrinkle set. It's setting in my wrinkles, and I gotta get. But I saw Jeffree Star he did a review on this like blurring primer, so I'm gonna try that. See if I'll fill it in with some Play-Doh or something. Yeah, and that's probably just for ouch. That's probably just for like to know if they need maybe extra security, kind of a thing. Like so they could prepare if there's going to be like 100 people at this protest, then um there might need some extra officers just to make sure that nothing happens. And so I can't remember. Limelight? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. See, that's what I think is going on is like I'm using this matte stuff and I put it on and then, I get walking around. It's like almost like it starts cracking. I look like, what's that movie? Dead Silence with all the old dolls in it, the old, ventriloquist dolls. That's a good movie, by the way. That's one of my favorite scary movies is Dead Silence. And supposedly they've been going to make another one, but I have not seen it. And I am so down for Dead Silence 2. Let me tell you what. That's what I like too. I like the stuff that doesn't go forever. I've got a CoverGirl one that I don't like. I have a Maybelline one that I don't like. I have an IT brand, the It Cosmetics. I've got that I don't like. That was CC cream and foundation mixed together. But that just felt so heavy on my face. And I got a CoverGirl tinted moisturizer. I tried that today. But it still felt like really drying. So, no, but I've seen that. And you know what? I'm surprised. Oh, I love Jeff Dunham. We actually went to go see him in person at the Van Andel in Grand Rapids. Now No, I've seen, and I'm surprised I haven't because my mother was a midnight shopper. She was like Home Shopping Network, QVC, like infomercial. Um, the other one that I saw a while back too was that airbrush makeup stuff that's supposed to be real light and go on, so I can airbrush myself into perfection. I can't use filters on any of this stuff. I have tried to use. I am not against people using filters when they go on camera, but I have tried, and I look weird with filters on. Like, to me, it's so absolutely obvious and so fake that I'm embarrassed to use a filter. Does she like it? Oh, sorry, I didn't see. No, I'm on my back deck. I had a major computer malfunction tonight, and my Chrome got cleared off my computer. It did an update. Both my computer and Chrome did an update. And somehow it switched my virus protection program. It kicked Chrome off my computer, so all my passwords are gone from my computer. So, yeah, normally, I mean, I just started doing this once in a while, but normally we're sitting inside all businesslike and everything, but nope, this is my backyard. I'm on my deck. So, just relax, and I figured, well, I was gonna sit down there and try and fix it, and I thought, just forget it. We'll skip the business stuff tonight, and we'll just talk about the updates, right? Still get out the same information, so. And there really wasn't any updates on any of the any like hardcore updates on any of the cases that we're following, because, like I said, with Nancy Guthrie, there's really nothing. That's just still kind of in a state of spinning as far as everything that's known publicly. Starla going, same thing. There was a big search a couple weeks ago, but nothing was yielded then. Same with Lynette Hooker. The CGIS, the Coast Guard Investigative Services, were out there last week. They dove all those questionable points that were on the GPS data from her husband's electronic devices, and they didn't find any sign of her still. A woman walking on the beach, though, did find an abandoned scuba tank and a hat that looks exactly like a hat that he was wearing right when he left to go get in the dinghy to supposedly take his wife out onto the Sea of Abaco, where she bounced off the boat, where it absolutely couldn't have happened. But that's it. I haven't looked into... I didn't follow along with the Mackenzie Shirla trial. I knew the story. I knew a lot of the speculations about her, things like that. The funny thing about that is that I remember that. I remember when it happened because Driver watches a channel called Midwest Safety, and he's always sending me... Oh, I almost tipped. Well, I didn't tip over. It's one of those spring chairs, so if you see me fly way back, I will come back. I might come back kind of fast at you, so just brace yourself. That's me. There's been so much on with Nancy Guthrie. Like, there was just so much for so long, and then all of a sudden it just like stopped. And there was other stuff that I just didn't even... It's like, you don't have time to do every single case, to watch every single case. And yeah, exactly. And she's back. Smash my forehead into the camera. But no, it will be interesting if she appeals. I don't really... she's talking about this POTS thing, and which doesn't make sense to me, because when you pass out, your foot doesn't jam. She didn't have a seizure. It showed that she accelerated and did not decelerate at all the entire time. But anyway, he just sent me this video, and I remember watching it going, oh my gosh. And then afterwards, hearing a little bit about that they were charging her. And I remember going, wait a minute. And then going back and finding that video saying that was the video he sent me. But it was before it was a big thing, like publicly known. And then finding out all this stuff and thinking, oh my gosh, you know. But then it kind of fettered out. There wasn't anything, you know, being reported about it, anything like that. And then all of a sudden I heard she was guilty, found guilty, and I thought, oh, I'm convicted. But now we're hearing all this stuff. I did hear some stuff, and I don't remember who I was watching. Um, I don't know, like what I read about POTS was that it's just like a sudden drop in blood pressure and you can pass out. And that's all I don't know anything more than that about POTS. And that's only because I used to follow a lady from Michigan who she started her Facebook and YouTube channel with her golden retriever dog. And it was because she had to quit her job and stuff because she was having these episodes where she would just pass out at work and they couldn't figure out why. And it took her, um, oh gosh, it was almost a year before they diagnosed her. And that was all that they could think. Um, this was, this was the first time I had ever heard about it when she had it. So, um, but that's something that I don't know that she was ever diagnosed with it. It sounded like it was kind of like, oh, mom, remember, they think I might have this. I'll use this as a defense. Um, her mom, listening to her mom talk in those jail phone calls. I think it's Plunder actually that has the jail phone calls up, and it's just like, wow, you know, there's no way. I mean, I understand loving your kids, and I understand standing by them, but if my kids ever did something like this, you know, it's like you have to take accountability. This is not going to be fun time. You're not camping. You're in jail. You're in prison. And the fact that, like when she was talking about that she had to sit and listen to everything, to like the autopsy reports and stuff about Dominic. Like, yeah, you did. His mother had to listen, his sister had to listen, and his father had to listen. And were they a perfect family? No. But this wasn't deserved. And I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Davion, I think was his name. See, that's exactly what happened to me, my man Jerry. Yeah. And Truth and I have had a lot of talks about that. And just there's other stuff that there's enough people, definitely more than enough people, covering the Nancy Guthrie case. And, you know, I mean, hey, if something pops off, yeah. If I'm home and all of a sudden they find her or we find out, boom, they've got somebody, I will be on here. Like I said, I don't care if I got to be in my car. I'll be on here. I'll be like, you guys, oh my gosh. And we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. But that's one of the things that I didn't like and that really turned me off to certain channels was that almost beating a dead horse kind of a thing, you know? How many times can you go over the same things over and over and over again? At least on a video. At least, I mean, you can do it at home in your notebooks and stuff, read through and think, you know, did I miss something? And it is. It's just hard to get so invested because you do get invested in a lot of these cases and you do put yourself in those people's shoes and you do think, oh my gosh. And we everybody, not one true crime channel is doing it that talks about it. They're doing it because they want to solve this, because wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be great to get the answers that the police can't, that the family can't, that And I do often wonder if investigators do watch these videos and maybe get some ideas. I'm not saying that my channel's out solving anything, but Doug's got some really like out of the box like theories about stuff. And sometimes that's what's needed. And so how do we know that some of these discussions aren't watched and they think, "Oh, you know what? And maybe it's not anything. Maybe it just is one more thing to debunk so that they say, okay, at least we know this didn't happen." Because, like what he said earlier, what was it about Nancy? Or not about Nancy, but about Lynette. That it's more about what's missing than what's found. Evidence wise, that's what he believes. That it's more about what's missing than what's found. I think that's the same with Nancy Guthrie, too. It's more about, and I know that sounds kind of redundant, but it's more about, it's not what's about being said, about, it's more about what's not being said. And I don't know, there was some real weird stuff on X yesterday that was a reply to someone from Pima County. And it was talking about certain policies and things like that. And I was really surprised that they answered someone back. And it almost sounded like they were kind of making up, their own policies as they go. And yeah, yeah, it is stagnancy. That is a good way to describe it. I don't have room to screenshot anything anymore. I need to get like some kind of like huge cloud space or something like that for more screenshots. I need to get rid of all the dumb memes. And I need to get rid of some of the oh, what are they? The Cricket files. I have got so many Cricket files on my phone for t-shirts that I swore I was going to do, for hats that I swore I was going to do. I even have which I need to start that subscription back up again so I can use that software. Because I have some, I need to make myself my You've Been Clawed by Cutsy hoodie. I had the design almost done and then got sidetracked and that's how mine is too. I keep having to go in and like delete a couple photos and then restart my phone and then take one pic. But I've been using the business phone for all the pictures and stuff now, for like my nail pictures and stuff like that, because that I don't want to lose anything on those. And what I need to do also, if I can get this, when I get this computer thing figured out, I am going to put all of my I've got a bunch of flash drives that are empty and like the SanDisk cards or whatever. um I need to go and put all my special pictures on there, and I need to do that off my last phone too before it won't update or anything like that anymore, so that I can get those pictures off. Oh, I missed it. I was talking, I missed it. Because I don't understand why my chat on this screen, my chat on the screen that I am streaming from, keeps freezing. I don't understand why. But yeah, I think, and this is the thing too, is that staying on just the same thing all the time, that's what people are getting caught by AI for, is repetitive content. When you're doing the same thing every single day, and when you're doing the same thing that everyone else is trying to do. Oh, I understood what you meant. Oh, I thought that was Truth saying that. Those drivers saying that 99% full. Mine is too, driver.
No, Truth did say that.
I know she did. Catch up.
Oh.
Focus over there. Focus. We gotta train him, y'all. He's not used to being in front of people. He's usually in a semi truck all by himself, so he can act however he wants. So, he doesn't have to pay attention. He doesn't have to listen to anybody. And then by the time he gets home, I'm too tired to even talk, so he doesn't have to listen to me either. So. But so that's something I am trying to do, is just trying to change it up every day. Something a little bit. Plus, I can't do nails every day anymore with the shoulder. The shoulder and my neck, I don't know. It still won't behave. And yeah, I have the same thing. It's horrible. But I have noticed that on nights when I'm really doing a lot of like searching and stuff like that on my computer, I think it's the level that I'm at. I'm wondering if lowering my table a little bit will help too. But it's getting my that using the mouse, I will hurt so bad that night and the next morning after we've had like a really like a longer like review session. Even just sitting there because I'm just clicking pause, but I have to move it over, pause, move it over, pause. I mean, how dumb, but oh my gosh, but you can only do 10 at a time. Do you know how long that takes? Driver, it's forever. You can't do that. That takes forever. And then they don't always all come through. Exactly. He doesn't understand. He has like 4 things on his phone, okay? 4 pictures on his phone, and that's it. So
I got lots of pictures.
not like us.
True.
You're not one of us. Sorry. You can't sit with us. It's not the same. Sorry. My old phone actually had a spot. I should check. Should open up this phone and check. 'Cause my old phone had a spot where the SD card went in, so it'd have more memory. That's how you got more memory. I wonder if this one does. Yeah, I've got Google Drive too. In fact, I just did I just got a really good deal on my email for more space. For more storage space. It was like it's like $1.79 or $1.99 a month for like 500 whatever's it is, however it's measured, 500 megabytes, maybe. Yeah, the cool kids sitting on the cool bench. Oh, in the backyard. Man, my man Jerry, I still want some French onion dip. That sounds so good right now. We need DoorDash. Grubhub, DoorDash. I don't know, I'll have to check. I'll have to look and see. I'm not sure now. I just did it like last month, I think. But I didn't even look to see what exactly. I used no, the only reason I did it last week. Last week. I did it last week on Tuesday because I was out. It was the day I was doing all the doing the flowers and stuff like that, and I wanted a salad really bad from Bob Evans, but I didn't have enough gas in my car to get all the way to Bob Evans. I don't like leaving myself with like too little gas, just in case there's an emergency or something. And payday wasn't until the next day, so I there was a deal where it was $15 off and free delivery. So I did that and I got my um Bob Evans has this really good chicken salad fruit plate. And you get all this fresh fruit with it and it's chicken salad on top of like spring mix. So I did that. But it's not something I'm gonna do normally. Um because the thing is too is that if you keep doing that, then your restaurants aren't getting the patronage inside of them. Your waiters and waitresses aren't getting tips. And if there's no restaurant, then there's no DoorDash or Uber Eats anyway. So, but I think it is. Oh, it does cost more. Yeah. Um, I didn't have any issues. Everything came perfect. The order was perfect. Everything was sealed. There was like tape over everything, so you knew that nobody had gotten into it. Oh, and Bob Evans has really good Reese's peanut butter cup pie. So I got a piece for my little guy and I, and we sat and, but it's rich. We even, and he loves sweets. And I cut the piece of pie in half and I put half of it in the fridge and then he and I split half of it and there was still some left because it was so rich, but it was good. And it has peanut butter cups crumbled up on top of it. They also have a cookie dough pie, but I wasn't so sure about that. Some of that edible cookie dough stuff is not that great. So, but yeah, no, it did cost more. So it's a couple, like the prices are a couple bucks more. So even if you're getting free delivery or free or like a $15 coupon off or whatever, you're still,
You gotta try that.
stop for a second. You're still paying more than you should. So, um, so yeah, it's not something I think I'm going to do all the time. I have a hard enough time paying for pizza delivery, but my local pizza place, I usually get really lucky. I have the same guy that comes every time, so I always give him a good tip because it's like if you order through the app, it'll say like 45 minutes an hour, but if he sees my name come up, he snags it, he makes it, and then he runs it out with his next delivery. So I'll get my pizza in like 20 minutes, half hour at the most, even when they're like hour and a half out because it's so busy. So, the one that was closest to me closed down a couple years ago. Same thing, my man Jerry. Um, but the one out in Flint is still open. And we have a Cracker Barrel, but our Cracker Barrel's gross. And every time we've eaten there, it's been burnt. Like the chicken and dumplings, it always tastes like they burn it. It's like if any of you are cooks and you ever made like a white sauce or a bechamel sauce, like you have to sit there and stir that constantly on medium heat, no high heat. If not, and even if a little bit burns on the bottom of the pan, the whole thing's done. You got to throw it out because the entire thing, oh no problem, the entire thing will taste burnt. Same with if you're making like Alfredo, like homemade Alfredo sauce, all that stuff. You start with the butter and the flour and then the cream or the milk. And um now when my mom passed away, Molly and a couple of the girls in her Patreon um put together money and they had Cracker Barrel like this. They had like, oh gosh, it was what? She had like 6 meals sent over. And so it was cool because both the kids got to choose what they wanted. I chose what I wanted. And then driver got what he wanted. And I think we split up the other ones we split and had like a everybody have a little bit of this, a little bit of that dinner. And that time it was good. But um whenever I've actually gone into the restaurant, now my mom loved their fried chicken and she always said that was really good and she had really good luck with it. But My favorite, and a lot of people don't even remember this restaurant, and it's been gone for a million years, but it was a restaurant called Bill Knapp's. And it was mostly, I think, like a Midwest thing, like a Michigan, Ohio kind of thing, at least. And um, we had one just outside of town, and that was where we did birthdays and after ballet recitals and graduations and stuff like that. And they literally used to be one of the few restaurants that still made everything homemade. And the stuff that they didn't make homemade, it was made in their own like bakeries that was theirs. It wasn't, you wouldn't find it anywhere else. It's made fresh every day and shipped there. So like the cakes and the donuts and oh, I used to watch Hell's Kitchen all the time. And I used to oh my gosh, I would get oh sorry y'all, I'm getting tired. I'd get on like these like binges of watching like the Hell's Kitchen clips on YouTube at night when I couldn't sleep, and I'd just be laying there in bed just scrolling, like waiting for the next one and the next. The other one is oh, what is it's the Gordon Ramsay one? Is it Hotel Hell? Where he goes to all the different hotels, like the bed and breakfast and stuff like that, and the um, and the restaurants and stuff like that that are really bad. I was watching that for a while too. That grossed me out though. I didn't want to. You don't need to know always um, what was it? Somebody was talking on Molly's live last night about the Waffle House and about how she can't eat there because she always sees the chefs in the back, the cooks in the back sweating, and she thinks about them sweating on her food. And I'm like, and Molly said, "Well, I hate to tell you, but that happens in all restaurants." And I'm like, and she said exactly what I was thinking. The lady on the phone, she was like, "Yeah, but at least I can't see it. Like, if there's something about seeing it versus just kind of being able to put whatever out of your mind." Oh yeah, Rick Bayless. I used to like him too. I used to watch him on. He used to have a show like on was it PBS? I know Food Network, but I thought he had one on PBS like years before Food Network was a thing. Because that used to be the Frugal Gourmet.
He's my favorite taco guy.
I used to watch the Frugal Gourmet and Julia Child, and oh, what was his name? That what was his name? His Justin. His name was Justin. He was that older man, and he was that Cajun cook. He did the Cajun cooking, and he had that kind of handlebar mustache, and he'd always be like, "Little bit for the stew, a little bit for me, woo," and he'd always take like a big chug of whiskey when he was cooking. Oh, I used to love him. I never made anything that he made, but I used to love watching him because it was just hilarious. Um, no, not Justin Trudeau. No, that's from Canada. This was an old Cajun dude, and he used to come on. Um, I think he came on after the Frugal Gourmet on like PBS. So remember, we had rabbit ears when I was young. We didn't have cable, so I used to watch all those cooking shows. And then there was I used to watch when I had my first. When I had my first house, I used to watch Ina Garden all the time when we had cable on the Food Network. I'd watch Ina Garden and that Sandra Lee. Oh my gosh, she was always making cocktail time. Oh, she was a drunk. She was half blitzed after every cooking show, but it was hilarious. And then we'd watch Iron Chef. That was another one. I used to literally. It was so funny. I had my best friend. We called him Bomber because he drove a Ford Festiva with a cherry bomb muffler on it, and he would come over. They would have the new Iron Chefs on Saturday nights, and he would come over every Saturday night, and we would make all these snacks, and we'd sit there and watch Iron Chef together. And my ex-husband would just be like, "Ugh, whatever." He hated that show, so he'd sit. We had two TVs in our living room, so he would sit on one TV playing video games while we watched Iron Chef. And that was actually how I found out that if you eat peanuts and candy corn together, it tastes just like a payday. Or just, yeah, a payday. Because it's Baby Ruth's got it's the one without the chocolate on it. It's the payday, and it is so good. And it is addicting. I shouldn't, it's one of those things that you shouldn't know, but you do. And one year I made little mixes like that for a fundraiser for the Scouts. And we did, we made a really good Snickers mix. And we took those little caramel nibs that they sell. We found it was like there were these little teeny tiny shortbread cookies. We did those, and chocolate chips, and those were Twix. And then we did peanuts, candy corn, chocolate, and the caramel nibs, and those tasted just like a Snickers. And what was the other one that they did? They did the payday one, and there was s'mores, a s'mores one, of course, which was just mini marshmallows, golden grams, and chocolate chips. But they sold really good. People kept coming by and buying them for just walking around, because we were at a big fall festival. So, and we were selling caramel apples and those, and everybody was loving them. Oh, Vic Vegas, yeah, I like him. Well, and I was just gonna say he's on Bar Rescue too.
You would never guess he's a cook though by looking at him.
I love Alex Carnishelli. I love her. Um, oh, and yeah, you have to. You have to have a Coca Cola with it. You have to. You can't drink water or tea with that. You have to. My dad was a chocoholic, but his favorite thing in the world, and they had to be the original ones, not the ones that they have now, but the originals from the 80s, the single dipped chocolate covered peanuts from Brock's and an ice cold Coca Cola. That was my dad's favorite. He would sit there every night in his armchair with his bowl of chocolate covered peanuts and his cold glass bottle of Coke, watching basketball or football or whatever. My dad was a sportaholic, so it didn't matter what sport it was, except for hockey. Hockey was the only sport he wouldn't watch, but um, yeah, he would love that. But, and I remember he was so disappointed because Brock's eventually changed them, and they ended up, they used to have the regular chocolate covered peanuts, and then they had the double dips. And then for whatever reason, they got rid of the regular ones, and they only had the double dips. And he still ate them, but it wasn't the same. I think part of it too was the double dips stuck together in clusters, and he didn't like that either. But he loved those. He loved chocolate covered the peanut M&Ms. Um, oh gosh, we used to laugh because he really was a chocoholic, and he was a addiction therapist, and they had a satellite office in a city plaza, and down in the center of the plaza though was a Coney Island, like a like a diner, and they had these hot fudge sundaes there. And when he got older and he was supposed to be working on like his cholesterol and all that intake, we would get laughing because he would come home and my stepmother would say he's got chocolate on his tie again. He'd have chocolate on his tie. So we always knew, busted him, that he was that he was in there sneaking hot fudge sundaes at work. But hey, you gotta do something. I can't imagine listening to that all day long. I mean, that that would just wear on you, listening to someone's sadnesses all day, and or issues, and trying to help some people that don't want to be helped. And that job wore on him a lot. It really did. I never wanted to be in either of my parents' footsteps. My dad was an addiction therapist, and my mother was a school teacher. No, thank you. No, thank you. They're both thankless jobs that don't get paid what they're worth, and I don't really think many people in this world get paid what they're worth, though, unfortunately. Here, I'm gonna have one more moke break, because I'm almost at 3 hours now. I was just gonna come on and do that. That happens to me all the time. I get talking. I love it, though. I like seeing you guys, and I think that's part of it too. Is like I have such a huge wide range of schedules. Of like, some people are East Coast, some people are West Coast, so these 3 hour lives, I kind of end up being able to hit everybody, at least seeing everybody. Say hello, I get to say hello to everybody, and
Could you imagine doing a 12-hour live like some of these other streamers?
no, I couldn't do that. Now, I don't think any of mine lasted 12 hours. At the very beginning of the Nancy Guthrie case, I had some long ones, but um, see, I can't think about what a kitchen is like when I go out to a restaurant. I can't think about that. I'd never eat out, but um, I think the longest I had was maybe an 8 hour. I'm not sure. I don't remember. That time was all such a blur, but that was just because literally there was so much going on, and there was something going on almost constantly. But now there's nothing. I mean, like we said earlier, go sit at the police department. They want you out of their parking lot. They'll either give you an interview, or I don't know. But I don't think there's, as of now, I don't think there's anybody out there anymore. Because I don't know, I could be wrong. But that was his name, the Juice, DAA Juice, I think is his name. He got a ticket or citation. Tickets, that same thing. I don't know. It's 1:30. I don't know what is if there's a difference, but so I don't think he's going back out there. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I do think it's odd still, though, that you don't hear more from the family. And part of me wonders if they have more of an blah blah. If they have more of an idea about what actually happened than we realize, and they're just kind of waiting. They don't have enough proof. I don't know. I do think, though, that there are just some cases that just are never going to get solved, too. And we got to be, that's another reason why you got to move on. You got to try to help somebody else. Try to get word out there, and yeah. Oh, man. Now I don't know if I'm going to have a turkey sandwich or if I'm just going to go to bed. I need to check too and see. There's supposed to be, because you know how I am with my reality shows. Below Deck Med. I don't know if it's already started or not. There's still, I think, one more episode of Below Deck Down Under, and then starts the Med with Captain Sandy again. And if you watch it, it looks like it's a whole new crew this season. So they've got Aisha back as the chief stew, but everybody else is different. So I have to wait because my Real Housewives is over. I binge watched accidentally Selling Manhattan second season, which that's real, isn't it? Selling Manhattan.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a really good one on Netflix, by the way. I think I need to catch up with The Valley because that's all the people from Vanderpump Rules that grew up and moved out. It's Brittany, Jax Taylor's ex, Tom Schwartz, and um, Kristen Doty. All those guys are on there. The guy that was from what was the vampire werewolf series that had all the glitter in it and everything. Edward and what's her name? This was the guy that was the head of the werewolves. He's in it. He and his wife. And she was like a former Miss America. And they have 4 kids under the age of 4. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. I don't think I could imagine. I could not deal. And I don't think, well, they do have a nanny like when they go away, but wow, 4 little kids under the age of 4. Can you imagine all the diapers? Ugh. But I guess though you could get your diaper years done in like a couple of years too. So maybe that would be another selling point to getting it all done at once. But whew, all I know is I had my youngest at 43, and that's when I realized that having babies is a young woman's game, and that I am not a young woman. And he takes advantage of that. He knows I can't get up as fast, and his brother couldn't get away with anything. And that's what I tell him. His brother, who's 16, gonna be 17 in a couple of days, believes it's unfair. And I'm like, it is unfair, but that's what happens. So, sorry. Sorry about your luck. But, oh well. So, all right, guys. I am going to head out. I want to thank everybody for coming in, even though it wasn't the show that I promised tonight. Thank you for understanding that I had my technical difficulties again. I didn't want to squelch out on everybody. I wanted to see, and I missed you guys. I actually missed you guys. So, yeah, so if you are just coming in or if you're new here again, please, I'm collecting thumbs tonight. So hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button and become part of our community and the notification button so you know that we are live so you can come back in and hang out and talk. On my community tab is my Discord link. And everyone is welcome. Everyone. Just know that though it is a public server, so don't put anything in there you don't want everybody to know. But I am soon going to be opening up a Alex Murdaugh server, and so I can be putting in some of the paperwork and stuff that I have found, like some of the arrest affidavits, some of the statements, everything from the first trial. It's all public information now, so I'm not gonna get myself caught up or anything like that. That is something I have to say is with this whole um, JLR situation, I am learning a lot about what is public information, but that also sometimes things that are public information are still not okay to publish or let be known, because if you are the link between something publicly being found out that wasn't easily found, then you can still be held liable. And even though we're just people sitting in our armchairs, or sitting on our decks. We still have to be responsible for what we put out there, for what we publish. And so um everything that I get is vetted. I don't ever put something up that I'm just like, oh hey, look at this, look what I found. I always try to make sure that I go to something like Scribed or some website, which you still have to check those things too. But yeah, so um I'm going to open that up so that if anyone's interested, and we can even do that one of these days too, maybe sometime in the mornings, have some coffee and read over some of these documents that I did find a lot of the interrogation videos too. So that's going to be interesting to listen to all of that again too, and just remember what he said, because there's so many facets to that case. There's the financial facet, there's the criminal facet, there's things that happened afterwards, like him trying to set up a murder for hire plot to take himself out for Buster. There's the Stephen Smith case that's intertwined in that. There's the Mallory Beach case that's intertwined in that. That's just, you literally have 5 cases in one. And and now we have the civil suit against Becky Hill, the clerk of courts that spoke to the jury. Now, and there's even those hearings. I found the appeal hearing too. I also found the appeal hearing. Um, so we've got a lot to go over, and to kind of, little little breaks in between, just so we're not just sitting here, staring at each other. Um and I know some of you are here for nails, some of you are here for crime, some of you are here for both. So I want to make sure that I've got something for everybody, um and that we welcome back, but and that we have some stuff for us all to talk about, and because we all like to use our brains. I think that helps. If you don't use it, you lose it. So I'm glad you are, Truth. I'm glad you are. I couldn't do it without you, that's for sure. I am, like I said, I know this sounds like dorky, but I do want to tell everybody that comes in here thank you, because there just isn't a lot of the stuff that happens in other chats, and I really appreciate that, and I applaud you guys for it, because there's lots of days when we're in here and we're talking about this stuff and we don't agree, but nobody's ever a jerk to anybody. Nobody ever makes somebody feel like they're dumb or they're stupid. And um you guys don't give me grief about stuff either, you know. And you're here for the right reasons, you know. And I appreciate that forgive me if, like, tonight when stuff just changes at the drop of a hat because something didn't go right. People can get real stinky about that, but you guys are an awesome group, and I'm glad, and I'm slowly growing, and I like that, because I think that it's just making sure that everybody that's in here, and even just if you're silent and in the bushes watching, everybody that's here is meant to be here, and this is the right place. So, and if you're a clip channel, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do something outrageous so that you have something to do in here. I'm sorry. I will figure it out. I don't know what yet. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. I'll do something funny. So, all right, guys. Everybody have an awesome, awesome night. I am going to get out of here. I'm going to have a turkey sandwich and some poppables. And then I am going to put my jammies on. I'm going to put my jammies on first. Then I'm going to eat my turkey sandwich. And then I'm going to climb into my nice, cool bed. And I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm going to dream about being somewhere beachy, where I can have a bunch of those frozen drinks and I don't have to set an alarm, and someone who I trust and I don't have to worry one moment about is watching my kids. That's my wish for the day, for the night. So, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I did put a lot of hard work into it. I am proud of it, but I could not have done it without you, and I couldn't have done it without just everybody that comes in here. And I think it's neat because I literally have people from everywhere, everywhere, and I like that. So I want to keep it that way. So, you know, you're not gonna get dogged out because you watch somebody else in here. And if you're a creator or a channel and you want to watch me, just come in on an alt. Nobody has to know. Okay, I won't tell anybody. I won't know. Just be my friend under somebody else if you want, and you can come in and hang out with us too. I totally understand that too. You don't have to be my friend in public, okay? I'm fine with being your secret friend, okay? So, yeah, right, driver. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm the one that needs help keeping track of. Yeah,
I got the side eye on that one.
yeah. Pray for me, y'all. No, actually, pray for him. Pray for driver tonight, okay? Because if he doesn't go to bed soon, he's probably gonna get himself in trouble. So. I'll make him a turkey sandwich too. So he'll just be his mouth will be full of turkey sandwich. And that'll keep him out of trouble. So, so. Oh, see, you're getting it from both sides. See, because she's your second YouTube wifey now. See, so that's how it goes. So she can yell at you just as much as I can. Yeah, see that it'll be like, and I've got to take one of my nerve pills. I'm gonna do it. I didn't want to do it before because I didn't want to be like all like bleh. That could have been something somebody could have clipped though, because I would have been all like, yeah, right, yeah, you know, like, but no, no. I'll wait to take all that till I'm off of air. So, alrighty, thank you everybody, and again, one last time, hit that thumbs up button. I'm a thumb collector. And hit the subscribe and the notifications and come back. Hopefully tomorrow I will have all of my computer back in order. And I think that's all I have to do. Like I said, I'm gonna go in. In fact, I'll make driver do it so I can eat my turkey sandwich and have him uninstall that and reinstall brand new fresh so that, and like I said, all my passwords are stored in my phone. So I just have to go in and it might even come back up. Who knows? But, exactly. Well, you're not an asshole, no, but you are pretty. I will agree with that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have driver try that to like, I'm gonna have him uninstall it and reinstall it and then see if that works. That's what I'm thinking because I was thinking when I had to put it on my my other phone, once I signed into Google on it, everything was good. So it's just something stupid. But all right guys, I will talk to you later. So thank you for coming in. And I love you guys. Have a good night. Peace, love, and nubs, y'all. Normally it's claws, but it's nubs until tomorrow. Tomorrow or Monday, depends. I'm not sure. We got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So it might not be nails tomorrow night. It might just be true crime. It might just be some Alex Murdaugh. So we'll see. So, all right. Toodles. Good night.